We are here today with a beautiful rising Canadian actress that we first saw in Ice Blue, Sophia Hirt.
What's to play next? Whoa, wait, Annabelle. Keep a close eye there. See, everyone's liable to get a little more squirrely now they know the stakes.
She is also seen on the TV series Cardinal.
Let him go. Stop!
The Romeo section in Olympus, a guest star on The Good Doctor. She's also starred in the highly acclaimed, locally shot feature film Ice Blue by Sandy Summers and Scott Lepp. Other appearances include Bad Times at the Royale with Jeff Bridges, and Klondike in 2014 is where it all started for her. We want to talk with you today in Vancouver. We've never got to meet you in person before, but we just adore your work.
Thank you.
And we're very excited for your new venture, being a teacher at the Rogues West in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Let's talk about your journey to where you started from Klondike in 2014. It was kind of the rise of the Alberta film industry again.
Yeah.
And now you're in Vancouver and traveling and working a lot.
Yeah. It's been an amazing process for sure. When I moved in 2013 to Vancouver, I moved right on the back of Klondike and came out with a lot of energy behind me, and just started kind of running towards the dream. And that's kind of been the last 10 years. And I've moved a lot. I moved to Toronto a couple of years ago and came back, and I've been working sporadically ever since. And now I'm more a part of the studio that my family has created, and that's a really exciting thing. And the forward momentum with that is just starting. So it's an exciting thing to see where it's going to go and what it'll become. And that kind of journey.
You're a graduate of the Company of Rogues Masterclass program. So that means that you've done the work. You focus on your craft. Your family is very into building the craft of an artist first before going for the dream.
Yeah.
But when you were 15, you landed this role on Klondike.
Oh, I was older than that.
You were older than that?
I was older than 15, yeah. I was in my 20s.
Oh, were you? Oh, geez. But you play a lot younger a lot of the time.
Yeah, I do.
How do you feel about that?
It creates longevity in a career. If you can take it as a blessing, then you'll have, years and years where you can play anywhere from where I've been playing from anywhere from 16 to 25. I'm almost 30, and it's a good thing.
It is. You're very beautiful. You're
Thank
very
you.
animated to watch on film. Your eyes when you're in pain in the scenes of Ice Blue screaming, even on the poster when you see it, it's just, there's something about you that when we first met you, even, we just loved you from the beginning. We wanted to get to know you a lot more. So we want to let the audience get to know you more. Your passions for teaching as well as acting.
Yeah.
Where did that stem from?
I wonder. Well, it stemmed from my parents, particularly watching my mom on set. When I was, I've grown up on set. One of my first memories, some of my first memories are of being on set. I watched her growing up and the beautiful world that she was in, and the beautiful world that she was creating, and the characters that she was creating, and always really admired her. And I've watched my dad backstage and on stage growing up, going to plays, and sitting there for 3 hours being totally entranced by what's going on. At a very young age, that was my life, and it's always been my life. And it's where my passion definitely started with them. Yeah.
What would you say about theater acting opposed to acting for TV? It's two very different things. And now being a teacher, Should actors who are new do theater to get into TV? Let's talk about the training aspect and the importance of that.
Yeah, I think theater is important for some people. I think your career is really based on what it is that the individual wants to create for themselves. You can do both. You can do either or. One is informative to the other, definitely, but it's ultimately, up to the actor. It's up to what it is that you want to create for yourself. I've loved doing both. I haven't done a lot of theater. I wish that I would do more. That's something that I would definitely want to do. But yeah, again, like one informs the other. They're two very different mediums, but they're both beautiful mediums, and yeah, it's dependent on the individual and what they want. So.
And you teach that, being a teacher now at Rogues West.
I do. Yeah.
So the training that you guys offer, from beginner to people who've been doing this for years, just to touch up their craft. And we like to promote working on your craft and becoming the best you. But let's get into, as well, all the amazing projects and people that you've got to work with. So when you first started, did you have any idea that you were going to become this Canadian star in any mindset? Like,
no, I don't.
What's that feel like?
I don't know. I don't know that I'm quite yet a star, but I'm an artist first and foremost. So that's what I've always wanted. That's the trajectory I've always wanted for my career, to maintain that, and to maintain that this is a craft, and that my love always is about that. I've been extremely fortunate in my career so far to work with the people that I have been able to work with some of the directors that I've been able to work with. But a lot of the time I find that it's more so the connection with the person that's more important than who they are in terms of level of stardom or accolades or things like that.
And it's important for people to listen to that, because what you have to say from your experience is kind of why you are where you are. And we've heard nothing but amazing things from your work ethic.
That's very kind.
Oh, you are just so kind. So I have to ask about bad times at the El Royale with Jeff Bridges. Like, come on, we gotta talk about that.
The dude.
You got that role in Vancouver. Many people don't have any idea how films are filmed and all of that. We'd love to know more about your experience from doing, getting cast to being on set.
Yeah, sure. I booked El Royale right off Cardinal. I wanted that part so badly. I don't know what made me want that movie so badly, but there was very little that I knew about it. It was ghost sides, so the sides were not from the actual script, but I just loved the character. I loved what I was sent in the breakdown, and I just went, I have to have this. So I told my agent I would fly back to Vancouver, and if they wanted, to see me for a callback, and so I did that, and ended up getting cast, and the audition process was very cool. I got to work with the director a little bit. He was extremely exciting and excited, and then got cast, and did a lot of research about cults. Because obviously I played a cult member, and and then 15 days on set, and it was a pretty incredible experience, just in terms of being able to be on a project that large, to see how that's created in the studio. Everything was made in studio. The hotel was built into this inside. Bonfire was inside. The set was absolutely incredible. And then getting to work with people like Jeff Bridges, which was something that I will never, ever forget. That was definitely a highlight. He's a absolutely incredibly wonderful, kind, fun person. He's everything that you think he would be. Yeah.
He seems like the godfather of film, to be honest. One of them, that's for sure. What did you learn from Jeff Bridges and being on set as an artist, and just how things work in film for real? Like, share with us.
That it's okay to stay humble. That it's okay to not have a massive ego. That it's okay to have fun. That it's okay to put your foot down in a kind, sometimes very funny way. That the people that you love the most in your life are the most influential. He was constantly on the phone with his wife, or drawing pictures for his grandchildren, and he was very, very informative. Yeah.
And you have that with your family as well.
I do, yeah.
And that's I'm getting teary. It's very important, and I love that you see the importance in family and love, because this is life.
Yeah.
This is our life. It's not a joke. Where everyone's going through the bad, the good, where you're just trying to beat work, and essentially it's a job. But it turns into every moment of the memories of creating with your family. They become your family, even if they're not your family.
Yeah, they do.
And the memories that you walk away from, it changes you.
It definitely does.
I can see that movie did that for you.
Yeah, it did.
What about Ice Blue? That was a more rigorous, you were the lead in that.
It was very rigorous.
The premise, let's talk
the
about...
cold. Yeah. shooting in the almost dead of winter was definitely rigorous.
So that role, you play very young yet again.
I do, yeah.
So, but no one could tell. I think playing opposite of Michelle Morgan, you do have that brown hair, and you kind of, it was realistic. I was like, okay, yeah, she totally could be. So let's go through that experience of being on set with Sandy Summers and Scott Lepp, and how they got the anger out of you. Like, where did you go in your mind to get there?
I think it was more informed by the story that was being told. This very sheltered girl, very isolated, very naive girl, living in a small town, on a plot of land with her father that, barely touched by anybody else. She barely knew anybody else. So I think when you start to find out, the information that Ariel finds out, the resentment, I think, is more a part of where the anger came from or stemmed from, and the missing her mother. And it was Sandy created a really beautiful story, and I just tried my best to tell it in the way that I could emotionally.
You did a great job. Yeah.
Thank you.
That movie really sparked Sandy and Scott. It put them on the map in that sense of like, okay, these guys put this movie in theater. It's from Alberta. There's a lot of noise made from it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they worked very, very hard to make a lot of, make it
as big
as it
was.
should be. Yeah.
Well, they're still going. I'd love to see you guys work together again.
Yeah, I would too. Definitely.
I can see how like this touches you so deep.
Yes,
you're like right on the edge to be like crying out of joy, I feel. So, how did you get to that level? Is it because of your family? Is it just because of you and how you love doing it and your passion?
Both, yeah. Again, one informs the other. I love this. I just love what we do, and I love my family, and I love, telling stories, and I love telling the human from the heart. That's just kind of who I am. And I try to live my life that way, from the heart. And it sounds maybe a little cheesy, but it's true.
There's a lot of
Telling the-
struggle
yeah.
with that too.
Yes, there is.
Letting the right people in. And
Definitely.
the people that are going to be with you for the long haul.
Yeah.
Longevity seems to be important to you. So for your students, if they want to learn from you, like after watching this, they're going to really know what they're going to get from learning from you, from being human, being kind, thoughtful. The students that you teach and who you want to teach, you talk to them. What are they gonna experience with you?
I hope that they would experience growth. I suppose. I hope that they would experience coming to the truth of their feelings, feeling comfortable and safe in doing so. That's one of the biggest things that I want to create in my space when I teach is a sense of safety, an open communication, that we're all supporting one another, and that it's okay to feel, it's okay to be human, it's okay to have the feelings that we do about things, because it's creative, it breathes life into things, it makes us think, it makes us love, it makes us challenge, ourselves and the norm. So, yeah.
That's powerful stuff there, girl. So just to wrap up, I don't want to take too much of your time, but what is, advice to yourself that you would give, maybe being less hard on yourself, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
What's this advice that, somebody who is trying to get into the industry and has that same dream as you, let's give them some realistic advice here.
Be kind to yourself. Work hard. Don't take anything for granted. In terms of going up for small projects or big projects, or things that you don't necessarily want to go out for, because I've definitely struggled with that. And train as much as you can, and make the mistakes that you need to, because it's probably more informative than the growth, the hurdling the wall is the mistakes and the challenges. So
also being a woman in film, that's powerful, the times that are going on right now. Are you an advocate for that, like standing up for women in the workplace? And
Absolutely.
what happens to us sometimes?
Absolutely. And
what do you want to say about that?
I think it's definitely shifted and changed. I mean, for the better, and I hope for the better, but we have to continue to do so, and we need to continue to speak up for other women, and be advocates for each other, and see more women in film and behind the camera as well, in terms of directing or writing or telling those stories from a woman's perspective. And yeah, it's very, very important to me.
Well, congratulations on all your success. And I know you're still going, and you're very humble. And I know that you're very humble, but Alberta's proud of you.
Thank you.
We wanted to interview you today to showcase the light that you have inside, and to be an inspiration to others who are seeking that guidance, that don't know where to go. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you
Sophia.
so much. Really appreciate it.
You too.